Okay, today is Monday, February 24th, and I want to start out with a clip of Richie from Boston here. He's talking about the flooding in Detroit for that water main break. This is utter lies and bullshit spoken from this is about a 1 minute clip. Let me go ahead. Let me see. Let's let Richie speak for himself, as I always do. I always let a channel speak for themselves.
Jump on board with me. I'll get you an apprenticeship. And I did so. So I was a plumber for a long, long time, and I was pretty good at it. I know everything about water.
He knows everything about the following things:
fire, gas, fire suppression, I should have said, sprinkler systems, gas, oil, and heating. And a 54-inch water main has computer-controlled safety devices on the valves. Not one, not two, but three. So if the water main breaks...
That is an outright, blatant lie. Whether he knows it or not, maybe it's in his little head that he thinks he knows all this shit. That's an outright, blatant lie. There are no automatic shut-off valves anywhere in a neighborhood to shut off when a water line breaks. How do we know? Because we've seen that. Google it. Come on, some plumber for any city, county, tell me, show me. I want to know, show me, don't tell me, because with my experience in road construction, I mean, there's no automatic shut-off valves in any neighborhood to shut off when a water main breaks. There's no automatic shut-off to your house when the water line breaks. You have to go out and you have to have a key. Anyway, let's go on.
Breaks instantaneously. 54 inches. 54-inch water main shuts down. This thing was literally allowed to flood this bad.
Okay, it's, as it keeps going here, it's literally allowed to flood, and he's going to say that he's going to allege or whatever, this was done on purpose. Okay, if it was done on purpose, so he's already saying here that these bullshit non-existent automatic shut-off valves did not work, were shut off, so therefore somebody had to blow up the line in the first place, right, but let's, come on.
This is absolutely insane, and they did this because they knew the weather was going to cause all this water to completely freeze, literally locking people, trapping people in. Now
we know how it works. When weather gets cold, freeze, thaw, and this, look at the buildings. I tried to Google it, how all this none of the articles said how old this. Go watch the videos on mainstream media. This is an older neighborhood. Was this an older water line? Probably. And there's no emergency shut-off valves in this neighborhood or anywhere else going all the way back to the main pump station. But let's pause here. God, holy shit. This is a 54-inch pipeline. There's one being picked up by a track hoe. Now, even if they had an emergency shutoff valve that worked automatically way back at the pump station, we all, this is fact. This is not science fiction. This is not conjecture. This is not me doing the video to fit my agenda. Even if they got in there and manually or automatically shut down the water flow coming from the water pump station, there is fucking damn near endless amounts of water pressure already going through these pipes that are going to come out. I mean, pure fucking stupidity and bullshit and lies and propaganda put forth Richie from Boston's and anybody else that promotes his stupid agenda, putting shit on videos. Pause here. Okay, let's see more bullshit that Richie's been proven, along with any other channel that does this, has been proven wrong over and over again, as I've been saying for 6+ years, starting on YouTube, which is bullshit and propaganda by the New World Order. Let's go. This is the cashless society thing.
Don't really hear too much. This, the digital dollar, get out of here. The digital dollar needs to be in place this year, 2025, and they just talked about it at Davos. So
by this year, along with remember Richie from Boston we had that eclipse. It was going to be Armageddon. Trump would never make office, and even if he was elected, they would overrule him, and Biden would be in office. And even if Trump was elected, we'd have civil war. And there was at least 2 more in there. He predicted civil war, Armageddon, zombies by the time Trump got in office or whatever. But let's go.
So he needs to pass all the laws. He needs to get all the laws in place so that everybody can understand what's going on. And then
right there, he's quoting from an article that says digital U.S. dollar by 2025. But let's go.
The end of 2025, we need to be on a digital dollar.
Now
you know what that means?
It's the end of 25.
Myself and any one of you people that actually stand your ground, and any of you people that really are concerned about your eternal soul, because eternity...
Where is Richie from Boston standing his ground other than making videos? Come on, any of you Richie from Boston fans that are watching this video, what has Richie from Boston and any other channel done to stand their ground other than to make their videos and to make their money off their videos? Give me one example of what they've done. Absolutely nothing to change anything, to slow anything down, to alter anything. Let's pause here. Okay, as always, let's see why Richie from Boston's doing this video other than receiving checks and money orders and bank transfers and donations. Let's go.
So I
implore you.
Get your money out of the bank.
Get your gold.
For your IRA.
Get your gold. Sacrifice your IRA. Again, this is so obvious. If shit collapses, not if, but not when, but if, because they always say it's not when, it's not when, it's not when. Excuse me, it's not if, but it's when it's going to collapse. No, it doesn't happen. How many years have we been hearing that the stock market's going to collapse? The dollar's going to be gone. All this fucking horseshit over. But the ultimate end of the story is, if shit collapses, EMPs, World War III, aliens, asteroid strike, what good is gold and silver going to do for anything? Absolutely nothing. It's like those, that dude Marfugo was big on it. I think I vaguely remember RFB selling them. These like Faraday bags, you can buy this bag and backpack to put your phone in, your key fob, your laptop in case you were ever EMP'd. Well, for starters, to protect yourself from your key fob, your phone, your laptop from getting hit by an EMP, they would always have to be in that bag. Thus, you could never use them throughout your daily life until you pulled them out. So you couldn't receive a phone call, you couldn't receive an email until you checked them. And if that really happened, what good are we going to do if there's no technology, there's no more satellites, there's no more cell phone towers, there's no more internet. Completely fucking stupid. And all these companies that sell this shit, all these channels that sell this shit have made tens, hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars off the fucking idiots that have bought this shit through these people. Okay, let's go on to some of the the bestest Trump stuff. Okay, I want to get to some of the so-called bigger stuff, but this does matter. It's a bigger thing. Federal judge hits pause on Trump's push to halt federal funding for DEI programs. The key word, of course, there is programs, the federal funding to Harvard, any fucking buddy else that's getting funded for programs. This is not Trump's eliminating all these truthful, factual DEI programs and, people and shit within especially the military is getting away with that. So, of course, again, should you get a job or promotion based on your race and sex and religion and every fucking else? Of course not. But look at that. This is just the programs at the moment, and people got to realize this. This is a big thing, as I've been saying since Trump got in office. Look at what Trump has done within, it's roughly 30, I should have, when he got fucking elected, I don't remember the date, I'm trying to be slower because I got another comment about that, and I need to speak more clearly, slow down, and when I go to check screenshots, I switch fucking train tracks as I'm going, but people got to realize, again, Trump is using religion, he's using DEI, he's using the homosexual, LGBTQ shit to take over everything. because the majority of the people in this country that are Republican, that are his supporters, are either Christians or they see themselves as the moral police and the moral compass for this country. Again, there's so much shit involved in this, it's insane. But he's not trying, he is using the DEI stuff. He's using the lower rungs of the pawns of this country, being the civil service workers, and hopefully I'll get to the screenshots. Right now he's cut enough civil service. Let me do it now. I took notes here. 310,400 civil service workers that have been fired for a future saving, for future pay of $25.4 billion. That's 5,400 from the DOD, 6,000 from the IRS, and they claim that it's going to pass 15,000 or something. 10,000 from the Department of Energy, Agriculture, Interior Department, Health, Veteran Affairs. That's on top of the 75,000 that they're claiming have already taken that OPM or it's an option to resign now and you can get paid up until September. Plus, along with 220,000 probationary offers for 3. That's for a future saving of $25.4 billion out of the trillions of dollars they spend on everything else. I mean, look at Trump. He's already done $7 billion for Israel. Somehow he bypassed Congress on that, and it's okay. And matter of fact, that's barely fucking on the news whatsoever. Where you watch your fucking TV for CNN or Fox or look up the info. Or you Google. I check CNN, Fox a few times a day, and then you get these articles that say it's for subscribers only. I'm not going to pay and subscribe to these channels, so I'll just Google the article and you'll get it for somebody for free, which is what I do. But anyway, that's another thing. Out of these roughly 2 million civil service workers, there's supposedly 77 million of the popular vote that voted for Trump. So 2 million is a drop in the bucket. But then again, how many of these people voted for Trump? And now they're pawns on a chessboard. Where is Trump going after anybody above the pawns, anybody above the civil service workers? It does not exist. Let me pause here. Now, as I brought up several times over the years, what does the Constitution say about our rights, privileges, whatever? The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So you have a separation there. To me, it says right there, your state cannot tell you what to do with their laws. I mean, look at all this shit Trump has done, Biden has done, Hillary has done, Clinton is, when Bill was in the office, look at this fucking shit. I mean, it's such bullshit. How many channels do we watch where they talk about keep the federal government out of our business, and yet now you got Trump doing all this shit. You got Biden that did all that. Well, we got to go with Trump because Trump's here now. All this LGB shit's got to go. Forget the DEI because it's the federal government. They can still make laws, but in the Constitution it says they can't do stuff against you as a state or you as a people if it's not regulated. The power is not delegated to the states by what's in the Constitution. There's nothing in the Constitution that says a government there's nothing in the Constitution that says you cannot say you can't be gay, binary, whatever. People got to get the picture. I'm not supporting binary, gay, straight, religion. I'm supporting everything. This is ultimately, like I've said over and over, this is about your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Now, in a business, can they make certain rules and regulations with it? And the federal government's a business. Of course they can. But over and over, ultimately, the 100% top thing about what Trump is doing, He's using the Christians. He's using the moral police to do everything he's doing right now. And people, I can't remember if I said this a little bit earlier, but what Trump is doing now within his first 30 days, look at what he's done. Some of this shit still has to go before courts, but look at the shit he's done and accomplished. And look what he still have almost his 4 full years to go, minus 1 month. That is fucking insane. And people want to believe that Trump cannot be another president, the next president, the future president until he dies. That is 100% extremely possible. Because look, you get your people under control. He's doing a lawfare thing. He's getting rid of all these judge advocates and all that shit in every military branch. So he's got his people in place to make the laws. Now it's not that it's just Trump. It's the people controlling Trump, which is completely corporate America right now, especially with Musk on top and Ramaswamy. They disappeared Ramaswamy. He's supposed to. I should have checked him. He's supposed to be running for office somewhere. That's why you don't even hear about that dude no more. He just fucking disappeared. Like Trump wants to eliminate anything to do with climate change, which of course is geoengineering. But I mean, where the hell was it? He said in the next still almost 4 full years. Look what he could do. Well, we're supposed to have the powers that be. You have the Congress and the Senate. You have the Republicans and the Democrat, the powers and the checks and all that within our government. He is already well in his way in the process to eliminating that. And they do not have to get everybody, just roughly 75%. And everybody else is going to fall in line because they don't want to lose their jobs. They don't want to. You might see a fucking internment camp later for people that go against Trump because, as he said, he would love to do that. Look at what he's done already. We're talking roughly 30 days, and look at this shit. I mean, right now, the so-called biggest court ruling we're all waiting on is can Trump, his Musk people, his Doge, have access to the Department of Treasury. That means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. And it didn't occur to me before. Trump wants access to the Department of Treasury. That's the only one. He already got granted access to 7 other federal agencies. And why would we think that Trump and the powers that be behind him need access to the Department of Treasury computers to know everything about everybody that they want to know about when the government supposedly already knows all that? Come on. The greatest hackers in our government, in this country, are in our government, are in the black bags, all shit, are in the New World Order. I mean, and so on and so forth. I mean, Trump's new guy, Mr. Hegseth here. Oh shit, I should have got more. Military lawyers for imposing. I did catch that right. Military lawyers in our previous wars were overly restrictive rules of engagement on frontline troops, which he argues repeatedly allowed the enemy to score battle victories. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Battlefield rules of engagement were set during the wars, Afghanistan, Iraq. The civilian deaths were turning the local population against U.S. forces and feeding the enemy's ranks. So these officers emphasized protecting civilian life, even if it meant that U.S. troops might have to incur greater risk. So what that's saying here is Hegseth is saying, fuck it, we need to kill more civilians, which takes us back to this. Let's remember all those wonderful videos we saw regarding Miss Albright here. We all saw these wonderful videos by Richie and our other truthers. The late U.S. diplomat who thought the deaths of 100 million plus Iraqi children were worth it. Was no force for human rights. What does these...
500,000 plus.
What do these people want right now? The same thing they're doing in Israel. Pauser. Now, this is... where I'm baffled by bullshit here. Musk demands that federal employees list their accomplishments by I think it's midnight tonight, or face what the hell does that? Let me pause here. So in that email that Musk's Doge sent out, all these civil service workers that it went to, they have to reply to that, what they've accomplished within the last week, or they're going to be labeled as a resign. There's already mass, like it says in there, there's already mass so-called civil, this is planned. This one is planned, this is set up, this is staged. Not that the workers, not that the civil service workers are in on it. Why would you, again, the thing is that people have to focus on, this is only talking about up to 2 million civil service workers. So out of our population, as they claim, there's roughly 2 million civil service workers. This is affecting 2 million out of the supposedly, allegedly 77 million that voted for Trump. But I'm trying to get this right in my head here when I speak it. But why would you do this? I mean, they should have. They should, not that they should know, but they know that by now people would be starting to fight this back to shit. Now, what's the big deal here? Okay, he sends out this email saying that by midnight tonight, Monday, they have to reply to what they've accomplished within the last week, 5 bullet points. And they have to CC it to their whatever manager they have in whatever department in their civil service. Who's going to be, for starters, who's going to be these thousands or tens of thousands of people reviewing all this shit, starting from their whatever manager on up? And the bigger thing is this legit? Because as we've already seen, Doge has already got away with, they've already got away with firing, by their admittance and according to mainstream media, on TV and on their websites, at least 310,000. This is a fucking big deal to see what happens with this come midnight tonight. Because this is the only 2 ways you can look at this. They knew what they were doing when they put this out. So Doge puts this out, respond by midnight, do 5 bullet points of what. Hey, I've seen these comments. Oh, Trump! I'm going to show a screen. Let me find the screenshot. Trump and then Musk put out this meme with SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, where the fuck is it? But anyway, here it is. Got done last week, cried about Trump, cried about Elon, made it in the office for once, read some emails, cried about... That is extremely fucking pathetic, even though you're only aiming that at roughly 2 million. How many people voted for this fucking prick, this fucking agenda artist? And you read the comments, oh my God, fuck these shredder workers. They should have to respond and be responsible for what they do. These people go through quarterly reviews. And then if you look at the probationary ones that were 220,000 by their numbers, they're under probation. They're reviewed all the fucking... I mean, it's just so easy to lose it. There's so many different agendas, as like with anything else, underneath this one agenda under Trump. But, I mean, still they're just focusing on the pawns. But let me pause her.
The bigger thing I neglected here is come midnight, there is already 2 or 3 agencies that are telling their people not to respond. I know from my factual source that there's at least 3 others. There being agencies, these civilian workers that are told not to respond to this email. So we're going to have probably 500,000 plus that are not going to respond to this. So what's the ultimate thing for Musk? Is he actually going to fire all these people and put them as people that resigned? Or is he going to let it... I mean, there's only 2 ways to go. Either he actually fires them all, or it carries on and Musk Doge looks weaker. I mean, I can't figure out this agenda on this, because if Musk put this out there, you all have to type in what you did, and if you didn't, then you're officially resigned, which also means you don't get unemployment if the DOD, if the government puts you in as a resignation and not being fired. But the bigger thing is still is what happens. What's really going to happen to all these people that did not do it? And I'm going to guarantee you right now, it's going to be 500,000 plus. And I mean, we're not going to get factual numbers from these assholes anyway, but that's the bigger issue. What about the people that actually didn't do it? Oh, what did I do here? Oh, hang on, let me pause. Well, I reckon I'm going to end that here, but let's go back to 1984. And everything that's happened in 1984 is happening right now, except for it's an autocracy, except for a dictatorship, which is the same fucking thing. But this might be it. Let me pause and see.